Welcome back to AM Northwest. Our next guests are designers, renovators, restorers, and creators of the wildly popular blog and website, the Brownstone Boys. They're now sharing their tips, tricks, and inspiration in the new book, For the Love of Renovating. We welcome Barry Bordelon and George Slocum. Good to have you with us.
Thanks for having us.
First of all, let's talk about how you two got to know each other, because you're a couple.
We are.
But you started out, on a dating app or something?
We did. We met on a dating app, and
you found out you both have a love of houses.
We did. On our second date, bike ride through Brooklyn, we figured out we loved historic homes and architecture, and so we bought one 6 months later.
No way. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then, so you have this love. You put together, so you started with the blog, right?
Yes.
We did, yeah.
And then you've now worked together on how many houses? Like 25 houses or
Yeah,
something?
we've just completed our 26th historic home together.
Wow.
So 5 years into our business.
I love that. All right, let's take a look at some before and afters that you've
Yeah.
sent us, and I have you describe what we're looking at.
So this is a project we call Dreamin' for a Green, and we always love to restore the original features in a house, but a lot of the houses we work with go through these awful renovations over their lifetimes, and so you can see this entryway. We fully restored all the wood, all the plaster.
Yeah, in Brownstones, the properties that we work on are long and narrow spaces.
Okay.
So
That's kind of the main characteristic of a brownstone, right?
Absolutely,
Okay.
yeah. So this one, getting in as much natural light as possible was the most important thing for the job. But this is usually what our specialty is, and that is restoring all of the original woodwork in a home.
Oh my
So we always
gosh.
go in and assess all the original woodwork, and it usually involves layers and layers and layers of paint on this wood that we're removing and bringing back to the original detail.
I love it. I mean, it makes me crazy, makes my husband crazy when someone paints over beautiful wood.
Same.
Oh, it's
Right?
crazy. And you can see this. We even had to recreate some of that banister. And this is some of the plaster work that we do. This was this beautiful archway. Someone had closed it up to create like several units in the house.
Oh,
and it was also kind of crooked, so we had to straighten it. We opened it back up and made it a beautiful home again.
And we redid the plaster corbels on each side of the archway just to give some of that architectural detail and historic vibes back inside the home.
Look at that. The difference is, okay, now tell me, what are we seeing here?
So this is a kitchen that
Yeah.
we did. You know, this is like an 80s, landlord special kitchen that was put on the left.
Yeah.
And then we fully restored all of the original floors throughout this house and put in this gorgeous kitchen. And we really love modern design as well. So we work in historic homes, but we always say we're not trying to build a period piece. We're not trying to make it look like the 1800s in the
Right.
kitchen. So we don't mind working in some beautiful modern stuff too.
And this is an example of a really modern kitchen. So this was down in the garden floor of a brownstone. So on that first floor that you see, the ceilings are lower down there, and that's where originally the kitchens were put in.
Yeah.
So this one we played into that original layout, and we went super modern in this kitchen, but we still added a couple of the historical elements to it.
Wow. Okay. And then let's take a look at bathroom next. Here we go. Nice. Oh my gosh, you guys, great job.
It's another landlord special bathroom on the left, and
Yeah.
we brought in this clawfoot tub was in the house already. So we love to reuse things. Sometimes we move it around a little bit, but
Yeah.
keep it in its home.
Look, wow. And then this is, I understand, this is a carriage house.
Yes, so this was definitely our largest project yet to date, and this was originally a carriage house back in the late 1800s, but over the last 60 years, it turned into a wood shop, a junk shop, a parking garage, and we brought it back to its former glory and turned it into a modern-day carriage house.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
Right? Like, so then how do you see? Some things, like you think, how do you see what you see? Like this before and after, how do you see that?
You know what? We just go in with our clients. We listen to their vision for what they want their home to be.
Yeah.
We kind of bring in our style a little bit into each one as well. And we just love making these spaces super functional again. We're setting up the house for its next 100 years of life. And if someone didn't come in and intervene, who knows what would happen to it.
Right. Tell me about this one.
This is a bathroom that we
Yeah.
did. It's really beautiful. It didn't start out as a bathroom, so again, sometimes we changed the layout a little bit in the house. It was just a couple of bedrooms that we put together to make this grand bathroom. So this is a primary suite on an entire floor of a house, and this is dark and moody. This is a Cadillac plaster application, so instead of a tile, we went with this waterproof plaster, which brings in a lot of layers of kind of character and texture
Yeah,
into the
I'm
space.
often dark and moody. I get that. I like this. Oh my goodness.
So this is the back of the first house that we showed you, and one of our big goals in this house was to bring in more natural light. So you see the homeowners standing there looking at the back of the house and the before,
Right.
big blank spot of brick, and we put in this gorgeous arched glass door to let in lots of
Yeah.
natural light.
That's gorgeous. Now, when you talk about you have certain tips that you like to give folks. Tell me about this one that we have set up here.
So this is a project that we love doing in a lot of our renovations. So this is
Okay.
called lime washing. And lime washing a wall brings in a lot of extra texture to it. You can see in the examples we have here, you see the variation in the wall,
Yeah.
you see beautiful texture and depth. And a lot of people have heard of it. It's very popular today, but it's been done for hundreds of years. And they're scared
I
of it.
remember when we used to do sponging.
Yeah.
Thank God those days are gone.
Those days are gone.
Okay.
So, and we love bringing in stuff like this that's timeless. This has
Okay.
been, again, it's been done for hundreds of years and now it's become popular again. It's very easy to do. You need a few supplies.
All right.
First of all, you do need a lime wash paint. And lime wash paint is very special paint. It's got ground up limestone in it. So that's what gives it that
Oh,
beautiful
the
texture.
Okay. What else do we need to
The
do
next
then?
thing we need is we need an acrylic primer to prime everything
Okay,
first.
So looks like you've got
Yeah,
that.
this has been applied already to the board that we're going
Yep.
to go ahead and paint. And that's just
Okay.
going to allow the texture really to come through. We always try to get our clients to tackle a DIY project. And this is a really great one that really can drastically change any space.
Yeah.
Last thing you need is a block brush. It has lots of surface area, so
Yeah.
that's one of the keys. Really easy to get at an art store. We're just going
Looks
to.
like it has really hard bristles too.
It does.
Yeah.
The bristles are a little harder, and,
Okay.
and there are a lot of them. And so
Okay.
we're going to go ahead and what we do is we create a cloud. So we do these little crisscross motions, and you
look
kind
at
of
that.
take it into the end where the paint starts thinning out.
Yeah.
Then you want to create another cloud right next to it, and you join them together, and that's what's going to give you that beautiful variation. So I'll
Look at
let you
that.
give that a go.
It goes
Yeah.
on really dark, but as you'll see here, this is after one coat of the entire board being painted. It will dry much lighter. And we usually always assess
So you're saying
after
it went from this to that?
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah, and we always assess usually after the second coat because we sometimes really want that texture to come through, and that's where the third coat you'll definitely see that variation
I
in it.
see.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's super fun. It's very forgiving.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are a little scared of it, but as long as you have the right supplies and you just kind of have fun with it and you make it your own.
Is there a top coat on this as well, or is that it?
You can, if it's in a bathroom or a
that would
space
make
you want to
sense.
seal it, you can do that. But in a bedroom or a dining room or a living room, we'll just leave it just like this.
What advice would you give to someone who's thinking about buying, say, a brownstone or any house really
Yeah.
that may need some fixing up? What would you tell them to keep in mind?
Well, the first thing we would tell them now is to buy our book.
Yeah, there you
for
go.
that Love of
There's that,
Renovating.
yeah.
But aside from that is always we talk a lot about budget in our book and being prepared with knowing the cost of what renovation will
Right.
implement in your new building.
Yeah. And we just want people to feel empowered.
Yeah.
Jump in there, get a fixer-upper, renovate your bathroom, renovate your kitchen, learn what you can, do what you can, bring in help. Don't be afraid to ask people for
Right.
help. But I mean, that's our biggest goal, is just to help people understand the process, understand the costs, understand what it's going to look like and how long it's going to take.
Yeah.
And I think if you kind of have that information, then you might feel a little more comfortable going into a project.
The book is really impressive. There's some great pictures, and you also divide up the book into different categories so that it can help us along the way.
Yeah, we really wrote it in the same process that we go through with our clients. So a lot of times we're helping them find the right fixer-upper,
Right.
organize the project, and then go through room by room.
Right, awesome. Hey, you guys are getting married in October.
October.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Do you have it all picked out? I mean, everything's.
We're
I'm sure
getting
you're the
there.
planner.
We're getting there.
It goes back to our love of brownstones. So we're getting married on our block, on our
What a
stoop
block
in
party.
Brooklyn, and we're having a block party.
I love it. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Congratulations. You
Thank
have a
you so
big
much.
book event. It's at Rejuvenation.
Rejuvenation, yep, in the Southeast. We love Rejuvenation. We use them in all of our projects, and we can't wait to see everyone there tonight at
On
6
Grand
o'clock.
Avenue.
At their flagship store here in Portland.
And it is a beautiful store.
It
I will
is.
tell you. We'll put all that information for you on our website. The book again is For the Love of Renovating. Thank you both so much. And congratulations.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Helen.
All right, we'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.